Morning, guys. 6:30 in the morning, Sunday morning. I got up early. Well, I couldn't sleep any longer. It was 6 o'clock. I was like, I got to get up and get dressed. So I think they serve breakfast at 7:30, but they had coffee. I got a video that's been uploading since yesterday. When I got to my cabin last night, I set this to upload. I had internet all night. I was listening to videos while I was sleeping. But the internet's just not good enough to upload a video. So yesterday I was standing down here and I had really good fast internet. So I figure I'll stand down here for a little bit and see if this video will upload for you guys. It's about halfway, but it's been uploading all night. At some point it'll just kick it back and say upload failed. So I want to try to get it uploaded before everybody gets up. All the boys in my cabin are sleeping still. I use my cell phone to be able to see and pack all my bags because it's Sunday. We're going home today. Tonight anyway. I won't get home until probably 10 o'clock or so. It's good coffee here, but I drank so much of it yesterday. I drank more coffee yesterday than I have in probably a month because it was warm in that auditorium. And man, I was fighting, like getting tired. So every time I'd start to get a little tired, I'd go get another cup. That's the one thing, is they always have coffee. Tons of it, tons and tons of it. These guys are all the servers. These are the guys that come just to serve. You know, help out, pray with you guys, pray with it. Like Kim asked me yesterday, because of the pictures that I've posted, is it always dark in there, or are they always playing music, or they always have the lights off? I was like, no, they actually do these sessions. I think I said it yesterday in the video, but they do these sessions, and each session's like an hour and a half. But before the session, they do worship. So they'll play 3 songs. They turn all the lights off. All the men get on their feet. 1,100 dudes with their arms stretched to the sky, just praising the Lord. And they'll do a session, which will be, they'll turn the lights back on, and then, you know, they'll have some speakers get up, and they'll talk about they'll tell their testimony, and it's kind of all themed. We've got this packet, and there's like 14 different sessions, and it's all themed. Like one of them was spiritual warfare, one of them's financial freedom, one of them's just freedom, meaning freedom from like addiction and, you know, strongholds, and you know, and so on. We did 10 sessions yesterday, and then we did communion at the end of the day, and then went back to our cabin. So they do that, and then after each session, you know, because each session is, like I said, it's themed. So, you know, a session that they did earlier may not relate to somebody who relates to this particular session. So then after each session, they do an altar call, essentially. You know, come to Jesus. And that's when there's probably 300 servers here, and these guys pay the same for their tickets, but they come to serve. And so they get up like super early, make the food. There's guys that are assigned to, there's literally a group of guys that are assigned just to pray all day while we're in each session, to keep the enemy out, to give the Holy Spirit room to work. And That's pretty dang cool. There's a group of guys that literally are there praying the whole time we're going through each and every session, from worship to altar call on each session. I think that's just amazing. I mean, a lot of people got saved this weekend. I think probably, well, from what I witnessed, and it's not even over yet because we have 4 more sessions to go, but from what I witnessed, I'd say probably 700 souls. Just bringing souls to Jesus, boys. You know, like, nothing wrong with that. Some people say, oh, it sounds like a cult. It's not. It's really not. It's nothing like that. It's pretty cool. I'm actually going to come again. And my first time was kind of weird. I felt weird the whole time, but I liked it and I got something out of it. This time, totally different. And I know next time will be even better. It's kind of chilly out this morning. Right now the servers are in there. They're having a server meeting, and you can hear them in there worshiping and doing their thing, because they don't get to, you know, they're there during the session, but a lot of them are working. Some of them are doing different jobs, so they get up super early in the morning and do their stuff, and then they serve us. But that says something about those guys, because they pay the same for their ticket, except they're here to help and serve, and it's pretty neat. Today we'll eat breakfast, then we'll go into our first session. Like I said, we've got 4 of them, and then what they'll do is they'll they'll spend some time selling us on the place, you know, because they do take an offering at the end of the weekend. They do take an offering. You know, I bought a hoodie and a hat, and that's my offering. You know, I'm not gonna, but, and you don't have to, but you know, they do take an offering, and what they'll do is because this thing has grown so much. It started in a little tiny campground where there was just a few men, and they were sleeping in sleeping bags on the floor. And now it's grown to this time there's 1,100. Last time I came, there was over 1,200. Now it's grown, and now they keep having to expand and expand and expand. So then they got the family that runs this thing, they got this, it's called a lease to purchase on this beautiful property here. There's like 90 buildings, you know, bunch of acres. There's hundreds of acres. And what they did, they've got a kids camp. They said yesterday they've got 5,000 kids signed up for children's camp, or kids camp, which is like, I think 13 and up or something, or 12 and up or something like that. 5,000 kids signed up, and they're not even in these buildings. These are adult buildings. The kids buildings are over there by the lake. And during the summer, it's a Christian based camp, but the kids come and you watch the videos, and they've got like these giant like air bags on the lake, you know, where you jump off this thing and you fly way high up in the air. They've got like all kinds of stuff, canoeing. I mean, it's just beautiful. So the kids are over by the lake, and there's actually kids in there right now. I saw yesterday there was like little kids and their families. So what they're doing is they're leasing this land to purchase it. So they're paying rent, and so much of the rent each month goes to actually buying the property. It's like $8 million, $9 million. So you know, they do take an offering and stuff, and obviously the tickets and all the stuff that you can buy here go toward that. It's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. It's a movement. It's not just men's encounter. They have women's. They do all kinds of stuff here. They have men's encounter. They have a thing called Ashes to Beauty, which is the woman's thing. where the wives come. They've got I Still Do, which is for married couples. They'll come for the weekend, and they do their thing. And they've got one other thing, I forget. One other thing for couples. Like the I Still Do is for married couples. I think that, like, want to strengthen their relationship in the Lord. And then the other one, I can't remember the name of it, is for like couples that come and that maybe aren't married, or or I don't know exactly, I forget. But there's a bunch of cool stuff that they do here. So I hope they get to pay it off. You know what's going to be crazy though? As fast as it's growing, they're going to end up needing to expand here. That auditorium barely holds. Well, right now there's 1,100, but then there's also like probably 300 or 400 guys here serving. So like, you figure there's 1,500 dudes in there, and it's pretty tight. I mean, it's pretty tight in there. They're gonna have to expand. Of course, that building is huge, and there's a giant mess hall. They could probably tear some walls down and make it bigger on the inside. It's freaking massive. It's pretty cool. I'm really proud to be a part of it. It's given me a lot to think about this weekend, a lot to reflect on with my drinking and Kim and the kids and my role, my role as a leader in the family. I sometimes, when you're a man and you got all this stuff on your shoulders, as far as being the breadwinner, and then you're also dealing with an addiction or some sort of affliction, it's a lot on you. And sometimes you get into pity mode, self-pity mode, and you're like, it's all on me, but it really is all on me, and it's not that big a deal, and it's supposed to be on me. And as a godly man, I'm supposed to rise up above it, and I'm supposed to be the leader in my family, and I'm supposed to be the breadwinner, and I'm supposed to be the shot caller. And I think what's gotten to me since I came to the Lord over a year ago is fear because my children, Trinity is she's 18, getting ready to be 19 years old. She's got her own mind. How could I ever bring her to the Lord? She's so against it. Zach, he's never been poured into ever. Jesse, I think he's young enough in his mind where I could probably, and so like over time I've developed this fear, like it's too late. I feel like it's too late. I'm 45 years old. But what I learned this weekend is it's not too late. And I've got to set an example. And I've got to be a man and be a godly man. And I don't need to force it on anybody. I just need to be the example. And then the Lord will do the rest of the work. If I'm not putting the Lord first and foremost, even before my family, then how can I expect anything to change? How could I expect even there to be a chance of living the life that I want to live? I want to, guys, and I know that you and I believe that the world's coming to an end and that we're short on time. The Deagle report and all these things are going on. Like I heard that, they're saying that they had to evacuate Yellowstone at one point because they found this massive crack, like miles long crack or something. And I heard that, and it's just, you and I know that time is short, but we can't live like it is. We got to live like it's not. We got to push forward like as if because God can change it. God can put a stop to it, and I could still live my dream. My dream is to wake up in the morning and be retired and cook breakfast for my grandkids and then take them fishing and have my own property and have my family all living on my property. I want property big enough out in the country where I can put, modular homes, mobile homes, build cabins, whatever, and have all my family living in their own homes on my property as they're adults, and watch my grandkids, be so close to my grandkids growing up and be a part of their lives. I want to be able to cook a country breakfast for my grandkids every morning. I want to live the life that I should have had I never moved away from this place. And it's not too late to do that, because the Lord can do anything. But I have to be the one to take the step. I can't wait for Kim to do it. It's not her role. It's not her job. It's my job. I can't expect her to, do these things that are actually my job to do. And I can't sit and waller in self-pity because, I need to give it all up to the Lord. That's what I'm doing this weekend. I'm just giving it all up to the Lord. I've heard some testimonies this weekend that will bring tears to your eyes, and stories of what the Lord did in people's lives who, just like me, thought it was too late, thought there was not a chance. This men's encounter is good. It's a good thing. Encounter Ministries is what it's called, and it's a good thing. I believe that the Lord is going to release me from my temptation and my addictions and my strongholds that I have. I truly believe that now. I know that he does it in his time, but I know he's going to do it. There are a lot of guys here from all walks of life. There's a dude in here that I know that I know 100% is a multi-millionaire, and he'll walk right up to a guy who is strung out on meth and here to get saved and to learn about the Lord, and walk right up to him, give him a hug as if they're cut from the same cloth. He's a cowboy. He's a veterinarian. He owns a butt ton of property, hundreds and probably thousands of head of cattle. He's one of these people who, he's a really good dude. There's a lot of men here that are, like I said, strung out on. I met a guy yesterday. He was 3 days clean off of meth, and he found the Lord, and he's bawling his eyes out, and he got saved. He's actually from my town, which is kind of cool. I'm not gonna get his number or nothing, hang out or nothing like that, but I believe I'm gonna start to go to Post Encounter, and he is gonna go to Post Encounter, so I may meet him there. I like to watch his progress. Not that meth is a hard drug to beat. Luckily, I've never had an addiction to meth, but that's one of the hardest, next to second only to heroin, to beat. And I pray that he beats it, but I know that one men's encounter is not going to do that. It didn't do it for me when it comes to alcohol. Hopefully the second one will. I can't say for sure, because that would just be I would just be repeating the same thing I've always said. I'm doing it. That's it. I'm done. I'm going to let the Lord do it. I gave it to him. I left it in his hands now. Put it at his feet. We'll see. In his time, I got a friend here, Casey, who is our paintless dent guy. I've talked about him a lot because he walks with the Lord, literally walks with the Lord. He's sent his driver's license back to the state. Like, he doesn't want to be a part of the world anymore. And he literally walked away. The guy works for free. The Lord provides everything for him and his family. It's pretty crazy knowing him and how far he's come. And he's a server here. And I was able to catch up with him last night on the way back to the cabin after everything was done. And I was actually smoking a cigarette. He don't smoke. He walks right up to me, gives me a big hug. I was like, dude, I don't want to get you all smoky, man. He's like, I don't care about that. He's like, every time I see you, I just want to give you a hug, bro. And we walked back to the cabin together, and I got to talk to him a little bit. Today, he and I and Matt are going to pray together and ask the Lord to remove this thing that I've got going on from me. And I know that it'll happen. It's chilly. I might have to go get a second cup of coffee here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll be back.